Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Anizi back at it with What If Naruto was Anizi Voldigoad's Reincarnation Part 1. So guys, we start this story off with Anizi dying. We see Misha and Sasha crying. Don't worry my wives, I will be reincarnated eventually, but I feel it will be in a different human world, not the one that we know, a different one. This power source that they use is different, it's corrupted, it's tainted, Anizi said. It's a weaker realm as well, Anizi continued on, giving them a bit of hope. We'll find you, Anizi, Misha said. Yeah, we'll find you, but it's not because I want to, it's because we need our king, Sasha said, blushing. Well then, until we meet again, Anizi said, as his life left him and he was reincarnated once again. Anizi then wakes up to see himself with two other siblings, a sister and a brother. He could sense a great evil inside of everybody. Their power source was just corrupted. Everybody in the village, everyone in this world, they had a corrupted power source. It's like it was made out of hatred. He easily cleansed this power source and converted it into magic, but he still had a little bit of chakra remaining. Suddenly a huge boom was heard and out came a masked man from the portal. Teleportation magic, that shouldn't be possible for someone as weak as him, Anizi thought to himself. The masked man then grabs Anizi and holds him hostage. Minato manages to save the person he thinks is Naruto, but it's actually Anizi. The sealing goes a bit differently. Krishna seals the full 9 tails into Naruto, giving her life. And she also gives Menma and Mito the remaining chakra in the air. So basically Naruto got 100%, but Menma and Mito got like the chakra that was in the air. She died because she knocked out Minato, because she was already going to die since having the 9 tails extracted from her was going to kill her either way. So she was thinking that the children should grow up with parents, and she sensed a great potential in Naruto. She went up to Naruto and hugged him. Naruto, my son, I believe in you. The life of a Jinchuriki is hard, but I could see a great potential in you. The potential to surpass the Sage of Six Paths and defeat all who oppose you. Hopefully your dad takes care of you, Krishna said as the life left her. Minato then wakes up to see Krishna dead and seals on 3 children. He then looks at Naruto and gets angry. Damn you, demon. You took everything away from me. My Krishna, my village, everything. The village may be alive, but it's all because of Krishna, not because of you, you disgusting little demon. I'll make you suffer for all you've done, Minato said, as he was about to hit Naruto, but then the third Hokage came and stopped him. Minato namikaze, what are you doing to this child? Hiruzen asked, angered. He killed Krishna. He's the 9 tails reincarnated, and even if he isn't, which is highly unlikely, it's all his fault for getting captured. I could have saved Krishna. I could have stopped the seal from breaking, Minato said. Minato, I'm disappointed in you. Krishna was also a Jinchuriki. Do you think she's a demon as well? And also, how do you expect a newborn to defend himself? Hiruzen asked. Krishna isn't a demon. He is. I'll make sure that the demon suffers, Lord Third, and you can't do anything about it, you demon lover, Minato said, as Hiruzen just sighed. Minato then told the village a lie that Naruto was the demon himself. He also made a law that on October the 10th, he would be hunted down and tortured for killing Krishna. The villagers supported him, but both Danzo and Hiruzen tried to stop this because they needed Jinchuriki, but was outvoted. We now skip 4 years. We see Naruto waking up. He was in his cage. His dad had told him that he didn't want a demon to be free around his siblings and his village. He was only fed once a week and was given bread and water. Anizi's memories of his past lives were unknowingly sealed because Krishna used a demon suppression seal on Naruto. But Naruto still had magic, which was what he thought was his chakra. He had complete control over his so-called chakra and could do more stuff with his chakra that he thought it was that people can do with his that people could do with their magic. He was able to fly. He was able to nullify attacks. Minato then came down and he grabbed Naruto and took him. Naruto had thought that Minato had finally realized his mistake and that they were going to be family, but was shocked to see Jiraiya and Snardy throwing a kunai at him and it hit him, making him bleed. Menma and Mito, this is your next target. Try and hit him just like Jiraiya did, Minato said. Yay, we get to hurt the demon, Dad. Thank you, Menma, yelled, cheering. I'll make you pay for hurting my mother, you stupid demon, Mito said, as they started firing kunais at Naruto. Please stop this. Stop, Naruto yelled, but they didn't, as several kunais pierced him, making him bleed for the next hour. Naruto was cut and then beaten. After that, they used taijutsu on him to practice the taijutsu. He was then sent out of the house without getting healed, as he saw a mob of villagers following him. Looky here, looks like Lord Fourth has sent us a gift. The demon who killed all our families, the civilian said. Yeah, let's make him pay, a ninja said, as Naruto ran, but because of his wound he couldn't get far. He was then beaten by the villagers to the point where he passed out. Inside of Naruto's mindscape, the seal was cracking. What? What's this power? It makes the Sage of Six Paths, with the 10-tail sealed within him, look like nothing, Kurama thought, as he channeled some of his chakra into the seal, causing it to corrode. With this power's help, I will at least get freedom, Kurama said. At least from this cage, Kurama continued on. Naruto, after a few hours, woke up. He was walking and he saw a girl getting picked on by some children. You were lucky Lord Memma saved you last time, Hyuga, but this time we're gonna make you pay, a kid said. Yeah, another one said. Naruto then got in the way. I won't let you hurt her, as the 3 kids charged at Naruto, punching him and beating him. Since he was already injured, Naruto could not fight back. The kids then ran away once Naruto was on the ground bleeding. Help me, Naruto said, as Naruto walked up to him and kicked him off the cliff. Memma-kun will love me after this since I avenged his mum. Plus, I'm not going to help a demon trash like you, she said. Naruto got angry. He has helped this girl. Took a beating for her. And she does what? Kick him off the cliff just for the approval of his spoiled brother, his little bitch of a brother? This world was disgusting. Even the demon royals were better than them. Inside of Naruto, the demon's suppression seal was shattered, and Naruto got his memories back. Well, they were starting to come to him, as he felt his magic starting to heal him again. I live again, Naruto or Ano said angrily. This world shall be purged, Naruto said, as he punched the ground when Hinata was walking away. She was far away from him, and the ground was shattered, causing her to fall and land on a earth spike, cutting one of her Bakugan eyes out. Back with Sasha and Misha, they sensed a huge power that they never felt before. It's Anos-kun, Misha said. Anos-kun, I missed you, Sasha thought. Yeah, Misha, he should be happy that we're actually trying to help him get back to the world. Let's start flaring our power up so he could travel back here, Sasha said, blushing as they both started to flare their power. Back with Naruto. Naruto went to his house to see Minato standing there. Why are you late, demon? Minato said. I was attacked, Naruto said, but was slapped in the face by Minato. How dare you? I don't care about you, demon. You deserve it for killing my Krishna. And don't show attitude to me, you good for nothing monster, Minato said as he started to beat Naruto, badly making him bleed. Unknown to Minato, Anos' personality was starting to fuse with Naruto as Naruto used magic to make it look like Minato was beating him when it wasn't. Naruto then started to heal the wounds that Minato had gave him before. Soon, namikaze, you'll see the power of the Demon King. I've never been so vengeful before. It seems like the chakras are starting to affect me, along with Naruto's personality, Naruto said as his eyes turned red. After a few hours, Jiraiya came to the house, telling Minato it was urgent. Minato, the toads have spoken about the prophecy. They told me that a king shall rise and shall either destroy the world or save it and rule over it, Jiraiya said. I believe it's Memma and Mito because they have the power of the king of Bijus, the 9 toes, Jiraiya said, not knowing about the 10 toes. Me too. Plus that demon Naruto could never do anything important and could never be anything important. And could never be anyone important, Minato said. We should kick him out of the house, Jiraiya said. Yes, he's overstayed his welcome. Plus, we need to make sure that the demon doesn't corrupt our child of prophecies, Minato said, as he started to beat Naruto for the last time before throwing him out of the house, as Memma and Mito laughed at him. Naruto was then wandering the streets when a mob noticed him. Knowing what they wanted, Naruto led them to an alleyway. Hey demon, you know what time it is, a pink-haired woman said. This was Mibiki Harano, mother of uselessness and trash Sakura Harano. Naruto's eyes then turned red. You hurt me. We shall see about that, Naruto said. Mibuki then rushed at him with a kunai. Naruto blinked as he sent her flying into the mob's pitchforks. She then started to bleed. You're a demon. How'd you just do that? A ninja said, as he started to use a fire dragon jutsu at Naruto. Negate, Naruto said, as his eyes got a weird red pattern in it and the fire turned into nothing. What? How? How'd you just do that to my jutsu, you demon? What kind of demonic magic are you using? Shinobi said. Well, they're not wrong about the demon part, or the magic part, Naruto said, as 2 shinobis then used a fire wind collaboration jutsu at Naruto. But as it was about to hit him, the attack turned around and it went to the casters and started getting bigger and bigger, at least 10 times bigger than the size it originally was, and it killed most of the mobs off. You demon, answer us, how you keep on doing this weird stuff? Are you actually a demon? The mob asks, as they charged at him, thinking that numbers will help. Naruto then snapped his fingers as they all bursted into blood. Ingal, Naruto said. With a drop of blood, they were all revived, as Naruto snapped his fingers once again, and they bursted into blood again. Naruto repeated this. Naruto got bored and then said Ingas, turning half of them into zombies as they attacked each other over and over again. Each time one side died, they would turn into a zombie while the other side turned into humans. Naruto thought of this as a game. He called it COD, Black Ops Zombies. Naruto was laughing the whole time. Ha ha ha, you're so weak, Naruto said. It's just the power of the Leaf Village, weak, Naruto said. But then again, you're not wrong about me being a demon. But I'm not just any demon. I'm the Demon King of Tyranny, Naruto said. And to you civilians who lost no one and just wanted someone to use to get your hatred out on, you will suffer, Ano said, as he touched the civilians, turning them into demons. Naruto then killed them all. As rumors then started to spread after that night Naruto was attacked, that anybody who attacked Naruto died or turned into zombies or were broken. Nobody attacked Naruto after that, and the council couldn't do anything because they had no proof it was him. Naruto then went to the Forest of Death, where he built a decoy house, and after a few hours, Naruto and Anizi fully merged. Naruto then sensed Misha and Sasha's power growing. It was now strong enough so that he could locate where they were. Naruto then used his magic to open up a rift to Anizi's world. Naruto jumped into it and landed in Head. Naruto then went to his castle. The guards tried to stop him, but Naruto flared his power, making all the guards' eyes widen as they kneeled before him, realizing that this was Anizi's voaldigoad, their king, the demon king of tyranny. Only two blurs were seen as they rushed towards Naruto and knocked him over. The two blurs revealed themselves to be Misha and Sasha, his wives in his past life. Anizi-kun, you're back, Misha said, kissing him on the head. It took you real long. Anizi-kun. Why did it take you that long? The so-called demon king of tyranny taking so long, Sasha said as she kissed him. Naruto laughed. Naruto kissed them both as Lei came up to Naruto. A blonde this time, Anizi. I can't wait to spar again, Lei said. So Anizi, what kind of world did you end up in? Misha said, as Naruto then explained his life while they were walking to the throne room. The demons became disgusted. They were also enraged. These lesser humans treat their founding ancestor like shit. And also, they treated the king like shit. Not even the royals are like that, Misha said. And you took it, Anizi-kun? You should have showed that bastard of a dad of yours, that Minato bastard, his place, Sasha said. I only broke the demon suppression seal which sealed away my personality from Naruto's a few days ago. Since then, I showed them their places. Anytime they attacked me, they suffer, Anizi said. It seems the personality merger with Lord Naruto changed you, Lord Anizi. You are now more serious and can actually hate people, a guard said. When they got to the throne room, they saw Naruto was engulfed in a hug as he saw his mum and dad from his past life as Anizi's voaldigoad hugging him. Hi mum, Naruto said, with his Naruto personality taking control of him, who always wanted a mum, since Naruto never had a mother. Anizi-kun, you're so cute with those whisker marks, she said. Naruto blushed. The Naruto side was taking control of him. Naruto's side has always craved attention from his family, but he never got it. His dad then came up to him and said, not even 5 and already taking the girls? I'm so proud of you, my son. You still have my lot. A few hours later, after catching up, the 7 demon emperors and the royals were summoned to the castle. They all bowed when Anizi/Naruto entered the room. My lord, you have returned. Why have you summoned us? I thought you would be having some fun with your wives, Ivy said. The real reason being, we have a new world to conquer. This world is at peace. The humans of our world have learned to live peacefully, but the humans of the world that I'm currently at, they can never achieve peace. So what I was thinking was, instead of taking over our human world, we will take over the world that I'm actually from, the one called the elemental nations, because they can never achieve peace. All they are is hatred reincarnated. So what we should do is make it so that the humans of our world keeps this world while we take over the other world that I'm from right now. As the Demon King, I declare war on this new world. We shall conquer it and take it for our people, Anizi yelled as all the guards started to cheer. All the royals started to cheer. Even the 7 demon emperors started to cheer. We agree, Anizi-kun, Sasha Necron, the leader of the Necron family, said. What's the plan, Lord Anizi? Melly has said, as Anizi explained the plan. So that is all, and from now on you shall refer to me as Naruto Voldigoad, since my mother in this life sacrificed herself to save me when I was just a kid. Even though I can't be killed, she never knew that, and I respect her too much to change my name back to Anizi, Naruto said. Of course, my lord, all the demons said. I shall now leave. Make sure that the preparations are ready by the time I'm back, Naruto said. Naruto had just prepared the gate to go to his world after meeting both Sasha and Misha. They wanted to join him, but Naruto ordered them to stay at home because he didn't want another abiused situation. Reluctantly, both agreed. We'll miss you, Anizi, Misha said. Yeah, Baka, make sure you don't lose, Sasha said. Naruto then went back to the elemental nations. So we're now going to time skip to graduation day. Today was graduation day. During their years, Naruto had been in contact with Hell, updating the plan with the troops and preparing countermeasures for failures. Naruto had arrived at the academy to see a large crowd. They all started to glare at Naruto, who then unleashed some killing intent at them, causing them to flinch. Suddenly, all of the namakazes and the Sannin appeared along with Menma and Mito, as they walked over to Sasuke and Hinata. Yes, Mito was dating Sasuke while Hinata was dating Menma. Suddenly, a smoke came and the third came. The third came up to Naruto, which angered everyone. Are you ready, Naruto? Hiruzen asked. Naruto nodded. The third was nice, but he didn't want any attachments to this world because he was going to destroy it anyways, so he can establish peace for his world by making the demons take over this world and have their own area while the humans had their own world. So the test started and Naruto got maxed in all of the tests, which included the kunai throwing, substitution jutsu. He was ranked the highest of all of the students. This pissed off everyone. The demon was doing better than their prodigies. Now for sparring, Iruka said. Suddenly Minato came down. We will have a special match. Since Naruto, voldigoad, is a demon, Mema and Mito will fight against Naruto. The villagers then cheered for the namakazes. They were at the forest because everybody wanted to see the fight. Iruka then explained the rules. Are you ready? Iruka asked as the participants then nodded. Start, Iruka said, as Mema and Mito channeled the Nine-Tails chakra into a sword. Minato taught them to use a sword to honor Krishna. A sword, huh? Naruto said as he found a stick. Well, let's do, Naruto said as Mema and Mito got angry. You dare mock us, demon, Mema said. You will pay for this. Humiliation, Mito said. Everyone cheered for Mema and Mito while everybody was booing at Naruto. But Naruto never cared what these lesser life forms thought of him. As Mema and Mito rushed towards him, slashing him, but Naruto blocked their swords with a stick. What? How? Minato shouted. Impossible, Tsunade shouted. No, it's not possible. With just a stick. The swords are made out of Uzumaki's special metal, Jirai said. Mito and Mema got pissed as they called forth even more chakra, Nine-Tails chakra. But the stick wasn't even snapping. It wasn't even moving a little bit. Because Naruto channeled some more magic into it, just a little tiny bit more as they started to duel again. Mema and Mito both ignited their swords with fire, a giant blue fire, which amazed everyone as they tried to slash Naruto, who just stood there and blew out the flames with just his mouth. You call that fire, I call that a spark. Weak, Naruto said, as he made a swipe motion with the stick and the wind pressure sent Mema and Mito flying into the wall, knocking them out as they were humiliated. Is that all the students of the legendary Sannin can do? There's nothing legendary about you two, Minato said to the Sannin. The student of Minato Namikaze, ha! But then again, you did become famous by stealing other people's techniques. You stole the Uzumaki sealing arts and Tobirama's Hiroshin. You're nothing but a fake, a stealer, a robber. I trained myself. I surpassed all of you lot. Naruto said, lying a little bit because he never trained. He was Anizi voldigoad, the slayer of gods, the demon king. He never needed to train. He got his power in his first life. Everyone then started to boo at Naruto's insults as Minato, Jiraiya and Tsunade got pissed. The demon's words hurt because they were the truth. The demon called them useless when he was the one that was useless. Just you wait, we'll train them to kill you, they thought. Naruto then walked away after he was declared the winner. But before he did, he walked up to Mema and Mito as he saw them waking up and said, did you really think you could beat me with your kind of skills? You have as much skills as Sakura, which is nothing, Naruto said, leaving them. Naruto then teleported home, not bothering staying for any of the other fights. They're weaklings, they didn't deserve his presence. But before he left, he heard the civilians saying how they were going to send him on a suicide mission to fight the demon Moro. He laughed. Civilians, Naruto thought, such a thing should not exist in military villages. They spread the secrets quicker than the flash running, Naruto thought. Moro, I wonder if this is a real demon or if some fake, Naruto thought. Naruto then entered his castle in hell as Misha and Sasha came and hugged him. Anos-kun, you're back, they said. Yes, my wives, I am. How is the plan going, Sasha? Naruto said. It's all good, our forces are doing what you ordered, she said. Good, now tell me about this demon called Moro, Naruto said. Moro is a low-class demon who is weak. He left Voaldigoad because he was being bullied for his weakness and disappeared from the face of Earth, Misha said. He didn't disappear. He left to a different dimension. The dimension I was born in, well, I was reborn in. I heard the villagers talking how they were going to send me on an S-rank suicide mission to get me killed by facing him after I became a shinobi. They should really keep their security up and check who knows valuable information, Naruto said. Ha! A low-class demon beating you. There's no way, Sasha said, as she leaned her head on his chest. Yeah, anyways, Misha, you'll be going with me on this next mission. Of course, Anis-kun, Misha said. What about me, Anis-kun, Sasha said. You know you can't leave, you're the head of the Necron family, so you must stay and prepare the army for war. And your clansmen as well, Naruto said as Sasha pouted. Naruto then hugged her as they both went to sleep as Misha and Sasha's heads were on his chest. Nothing sexual happened though, they were just sleeping. Naruto then woke up. The next day, it was team selection day. Naruto got ready to leave as Misha came in. Anis-kun, make sure you beat them, Misha said. Yeah, make sure to show those losers their places, Sasha said as Naruto smiled. You know it, as if I lose to them, Naruto said as he teleported to the academy. Naruto then took his seat. Oh demon, you think you're all that, don't you? Yes, because you got lucky in beating me, Mema said. Naruto ignored him. Don't ignore me, Mema yelled as he was about to slap Naruto in the face, when Naruto blinked, sending him flying into the wall. Don't hurt my Mema-kun, Naruto yelled, rushing towards him. Naruto stood there taking a hit. Is that all? No wonder they call you the failure of the Hyuga clan, and they named your sister Air. Don't ever touch me, failure, Naruto said, slapping her in the face, knocking her out. Then he unleashed bloodlust at the whole class, making them all faint. After a few hours, Iruka came in and everybody was awake. So class, I will now be announcing the teams, Iruka said. So the teams were Sasuke, member Mito under Jiraiya, Tsunade and Kakashi, Sakura, Hinata and Shino and Kiba under Kurenai, Ino, Shikamaru and Choji under Asuma. Ha ha ha, demon, you haven't got a team, member yelled. Oh member, but you're wrong. Naruto has been apprenticed under the Lord Third Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi. What, member yelled? Yeah, how come Lord Third trains him? He should be training me, Mito yelled. Naruto laughed. These humans fight over such petty things. Suddenly, all the senses arrived, with Jiraiya and Tsunade glaring at Lord Third. How dare he trains the demon instead of the heroes they all fought. When Naruto tried to stop Hiruzen from training Naruto, but Hiruzen threatened to have him removed from the position of Hokage and give it to Danzo. Even though Danzo would have been unfit, he would not make decisions based on emotions. We now see Naruto with Hiruzen at Hiruzen's private training ground. Naruto-kun, let's introduce ourselves. My name is Hiruzen Sarutobi and I'm the third Hokage. My likes are the village, my family, and my dislikes are pointless wars, ignorant people, and my goal has already been achieved. Your turn, Naruto-kun. My name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, or but you can call me Naruto voaldigoad because I changed my name. I'm the Demon King. My likes are hell, 2 girls that I like, and demons. I dislike humans of this world as they are scum, people who abuse a kid for no reason. I dislike those who create needless war, and I dislike how the village has failed after Minato took over. I also hate how the humans have failed the Sage of Six Paths, using the power he granted them for wars and self-gain instead of using it for peace like he wanted it to be. My goal is for peace for my people, Naruto said, confusing Hiruzen. His people? Then Hiruzen got angry. Minato, you damaged the boy so badly that he actually believed himself to be a demon. The third didn't know that Naruto was actually the Demon King. Well done, Naruto. Tomorrow you'll be taking an S-rank mission, as the council decided that due to your outstanding performance in the exam, you will be taking an S-rank mission by yourself. I'm sorry I won't be able to help you, Hiruzen said angrily at the console. It's okay, Sensei. I'm more than ready, Naruto said. Naruto, don't be cocky. You're good, but that's a true demon. A demon that's killed thousands, if not millions. It's okay, a demon doesn't stand chance against the Demon King, right? Naruto said. Minato, you idiot, look at what you've done. He believes himself to be a demon. I hope you burn in hell for your stupidity, Hiruzen thought. Naruto was in his bed as he dozed off when he found himself staring at a giant fox. So you finally contacted me, Ninetales. What do you want? Naruto asked. And do you have a name? So you're the Demon King, the founding ancestor of all demons. My name's Kurama, by the way, Kurama said. Yes, but you aren't really a demon. You're just a chakra construction. So you're not one of my descendants, Naruto said. Yes, I'm not one of your descendants. I want to make a deal with you. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of being sealed away. I want freedom. Help me and I will serve you. I'll give up on the Sage of Six Paths' dream of peace for this world. He was wrong. People of this world cannot achieve peace. They won't stop using us. Me and my siblings, please help us. Demon King Anos Voldigoad or Naruto Voldigoad, whichever one you prefer, Kurama said. Very well. Let's first remove your connection to my twins at the 10 Tails, Naruto said, as his red demon-eyed flared. What will you do? Kurama asked, feeling fair at Naruto's power, even though it wasn't aimed at him. First we will kill you, then I will revive you as a true demon with no connection to your old chakra or the 10 Tails. Your old chakra will be dissipated, which means my twins will only live till age of 17. Anyways. But then again, the humans of this world will be long extinct before then. So yeah, I'm doing them a favor. Naruto started laughing as Kurama joined in. Suddenly, a light enveloped the area. I won't let that happen, Demon King Anos Voldigoad. You have destroyed too many lives. I won't let you ruin this world, a voice said. Naruto looked towards the voice to see an old man with a rinnegan. You must be the Sage of Six Paths, I presume, Naruto said. Yes, I am Hagoromo Osusuki, Anos Voldigoad, and I will stop this plan of yours. Kurama, my son, attack him now, Hagoromo said. Kurama stood there looking between the two as he walked over to Anos Voldigoad and stood behind him. I will support my king, you vile old man, Kurama said. Naruto smirked. It seems your own son is on my side, Naruto said. Kurama, you useless stupid demon. I made you to protect us humans, and you, useless piece of shit, side with an evil demon lord, Hagoromo said. Don't speak about my friends that way, Naruto said. Ah, so the demon has a heart too. Too bad, I'll kill both of you abominations, Hagoromo said. Very well, you amuse me. Let's see the strength of the so-called Sage of Six Paths, the man who became a god, Naruto said, as his magical eyes activated. The Sage of Six Paths then started to attack Naruto with elemental jutsus, as Naruto just used his eyes to dispel them. My eyes can dispel all attacks. You're weak, Sage of Six Paths. The Sage of Six Paths charged at Naruto with all of his chakra, enhancing his body, aiming to punch him. As soon as he got close, Naruto blinked, sending him flying back. My, is that all the great sage has to offer? Pathetic. The humans of the old world that I was from, even the weakest could easily beat you, Naruto said. You're a cocky little demon. You haven't seen anything yet. As the Sage's 6 Pass used his gun and it started to glow. If I can't beat you, I'll seal you away. Chibuk Sensei, or planetary devastation, Hagoromo said as stones started to surround Naruto and crush into Naruto. Unknown to the Sage's 6 Pass, Naruto summoned something. Ha ha ha, demon. You're finally in your place, sealed away and powerless to stop me from killing your demon army when they come, the sage said, heavily injured. Suddenly the rocks had slashes on them and they disappeared. Out came Naruto holding a sword in his hand. Hagoromo fell to his knees from the pressure of the sword. Is that all you have? I thought your seal would at least have a countermeasure to something that destroys all, Naruto said. What? How? Hagoromo said on his knees from the pressure that was being emitted from the sword itself. Easy, this code, Venus Donna. It erases all, including laws. There is nothing that can stop it, Naruto said. What? How can a power like that exist? And why does it belong to a monster, a demon like yourself? Hagoromo said. Well, Hagoromo, that is something you don't need to know. Anyways, I'm not going to kill you yet, as it will take away all of the human's chakra, making this fight boring if they don't resist. So, I hope you enjoy your new home. What do you mean? Hagoromo said, as Naruto appeared behind him and kicked him into the seal. You think this will hold me? I'll break out eventually, Hagoromo said. By the time that happens, you'll be too late to stop me, Naruto said. Well done, Naruto, you restrained father, so what are we going to do now? Kurama, you traitor, Hagoromo yelled. Now it's time to complete that mission and see the so-called demon, Naruto said, leaving his mindscape. We now see Naruto walk into the demon country when Naruto is attacked by several jutsus coming toward him. Demon, you will come with us to be Lord Danzo's personal pet, a root Ambu said. Naruto blinked as he sent the jutsus back at the root, killing them. He had no time for these mindless attack dogs. Perhaps I should kill him. He is very annoying, Naruto said, thinking about Danzo. A few hours later, Naruto arrived at the castle. He took his time, not wanting to complete the mission fast and get back to the Leaf Village. He was stopped by the guards. What are you doing here, kid? We're about to have a war with a demon. You should escape while you can, a female guard said. I'm here on behalf of the Leaf Village to help assist you to beat this demon. You're a Leaf, but why would they send a child over here? The male guard asked. Well, let's take her to meet with Lady Shion. She'll know what to do, the female guard said. Naruto then entered the castle where he saw the priestess. The priestess' eyes glowed as she was shocked of his past life. Naruto was also shocked when he saw her. Shion felt her heartbeat when she first laid eyes on him. She don't know why, but she felt like she knew him. She doesn't remember him, but she knew that he was close to her somehow. This demon reincarnation helped make peace between humans and demons of his world. Maybe he can help my country make peace with Moro, who was once the protector, but got corrupted by the humans of the past and the evil. She tried to look in the future but saw nothing. She thought it was too powerful to see the future of. A kid? Why did the Leaf send a kid? A royal asked. I'm the strongest of the Leaf, even more stronger than my bastard of a father Minato and my whore of a mother, Krishna, Naruto said with venom. Why do you hate your parents, boy? Another noble asked. They're abusive and neglected. Not only that, they play favourites, Naruto said. Very well, let us leave, Shion said as the parties and her guards left to go to the ceiling area. They were near to the ceiling area when Naruto sensed humans with demonic chakra come towards them. Naruto smirked, so this is the demon's chakra. It looks like the demon was a low-class demon if it had chakra instead of magic. Naruto's group was suddenly hit by wind and charted kunais coming towards them. Naruto blinked, protecting them all, sending them flying back at the villains' attack, killing them all. He then stopped. So you were the people that wanted to revive the demon, and you also possess some of his chakra. I would like to know more, but we are on a time schedule, so I'm gonna be killing the rest of you now, Naruto said as he saw the rest of the shinobis pop out. How? How are you gonna kill us? Someone asked. Naruto snapped his fingers, killing them all. How? Everybody asked. Okay, so before we continue, Shion will come alone with me, and you will need to return because you're not strong enough to fight against Moro, Naruto said. But we can help, a guard said. What you think is help is actually a distraction. How could I focus on protecting the princess or the priestess if I'm focused on protecting you? If I have to look out for you, it's going to distract me and I might get injured, or the priestess might get injured, or we might fail in sealing away Moro. As the guards agreed and decided they will prepare the village in case Naruto fails. Naruto and Shion then continued as they made their way to Misha, who had taken out all of the subordinates of the person that was trying to revive the demon, or Moro. Anizi-kun, I did as you asked and ended them, Misha said, hugging him. Good work, Misha. I shall reward you later. Now, let us see this demon that's going to be revived in 5 seconds. I want you to protect the priestess. Naruto then turned to Shion and said, you saw my past, what did you think? Shion was shocked that he knew. If you're asking how I knew, I have the power to manipulate time. Seeing your eyes use a low level of time manipulation is easy to detect. So what did you think? Naruto asked. I don't mind, I too have been treated like an outcast, Shion said. Okay Shion, I have something to admit to you. You are actually the reincarnation of my first life. If you wish, I could return your memories and we could be together, Naruto said, shocking both Misha and Shion. What? Shion said, blushing. It's the truth, Shion. I felt your presence before. I am sure you also felt your love for me. Perhaps this would remind you of your past life. My name is voldigoad in my past life, Naruto said. Shion felt so much love towards that name, she doesn't know why. And she decided she would have her memories back. I wish to have my memories back, Shion said, as Naruto tapped her head with blue light and she regained her memories. Anizi-kun, she said, latching onto him as she remembered her love and kissed the life out of him. My love, we are back together, Ano said, as Misha also kissed him. Now my wives, protect each other. I must remind this low-class demon of its king and its place, Naruto said. Naruto and Shion then entered the area as they saw Moro possessing a man. Moro was then about to punch Shion, but Naruto caught his hand. Naruto then punched him, sending him flying into trees. Moro then sent a large mouth beam, but Naruto blinked, sending it flying back at Moro. How are you doing this? How are you beating me? Moro said. I'm the great legendary Moro, kicking Naruto only to be stopped by a single finger and then set back by a flick. So you're the demon, Moro. It would seem that we have an actual demon in this world. Show me your true power, Naruto said, wanting to see how powerful the demons of this world are. Who are you? I can tell you're a demon, but I haven't heard of any demons like you. Not even those false demons, the tailed beasts fit your description, Moro said. Finally, a true demon. Well, I'm a demon king from another world. I'm the demon king of tyranny, Naruto said. You a demon king? Don't make me laugh. You're a puny little weak demon. Now move out my way and swear to be my servant, and you may live, Moro said. Misha's demonic aura flared at this. How dare you suggest that the demon king of tyranny be your servant, you low-class demon. He is the founding ancestor of our world, Misha said. With anger, nobody disses a king and a founding ancestor and a husband. You dare call me the great Moro, a demon of legends low class, Moro said, as the world started to shake as black dragons went towards Misha, but suddenly chains latched onto him and destroyed all of the dragons. What is this? Moro said, as he saw that the person who had made the chains was not Naruto, but Misha herself. Let me go, he shouted. My, you must be weak if Misha managed to catch you in a most basic and weak creation spell. Misha, finish him. What a waste of time. Here I thought that I would have gotten an actual fight, Naruto said. Misha nodded as the chain started to absorb him. Fine, if I can't win, nobody can, Moro said as he started to charge up his power. Naruto let him proceed. He was interested in this. Suddenly black chakra expelled from the man's body as it created a giant explosion and killed the man. The black chakra then started to form all around the country and it started to attack the people, corrupting them, making them moral servants. Naruto then made a barrier for Shion, Misha and himself so he doesn't get corrupted. The civilians of the demon country started to attack each other, even including the shinobi, as they started corrupting those who haven't been corrupted. They were like mindless beasts attacking each other. Ha ha ha, Demon King, look at my ultimate technique. I have turned all of these people to be my slaves. What will you do now? Shion saw her people starting to attack each other. I failed. I let them all become demon slaves. I had one purpose and I couldn't fulfill it. I failed you, mother. I'm sorry, Shion said as she started to cry. Naruto and Misha hugged her. Don't worry, we haven't failed yet, Naruto said. What do you mean? He's corrupted all of them. Look at them. They're destroying everything, killing each other, even their own families, Shion said. Don't worry, my love. I'll fix everything, Naruto said as Shion nodded. Ah, so touching. But I'm immortal. You won't be able to kill me. I don't think killing me can stop this. They've all been corrupted into mindless demons, Moro said. Is that so? Azaheb, Naruto said, as a magic portal formed below the black substance of Moro, and he was in a black dragon body. What have you done to me? Why am I not immortal? Why am I not a piece of chakra? Why am I in a mortal dragon body? Moro yelled. Did you really think I'll let you keep being a master of chakra? No. I turned you into mortal form. One of my abilities is to change someone's DNA. I made you into a dragon, into a mortal dragon, making you killable, Naruto said. He's amazing, Shion said, remembering her past life's love's powers. Now perish, Naruto said, as he made a sword and cut off Moro's head clean. Anizi-kun, you did it, Misha said, and Shion just ran up to Naruto and hugged him. But they looked around to see that Moro's corruption hasn't worn off. What now, Anizi-kun? They haven't returned back to normal, Shion said. Well, the answer to that is time, Naruto said. Misha understood what Anizi was saying. Anizi was going to do the same thing he did to save her from her fate. What do you mean, Shion said. Revived, Naruto said, as time froze and it started going backwards. Suddenly everything froze and they were in a white room. What's going on, Shion said. Here he comes. If you try to manipulate time, he comes barging out of the heavenly realm that controls time, Naruto said. It's a god, Shion said. It's the guardian god of time, Naruto said. If you can just leave us alone and return from where you came, that'll be good for you. I only want to save a few people, Naruto said. Unforgivable, you are disrupting the flow of time. You shall be punished, the god said, as he pulled Moro's mortal form into the realm and he healed Moro. He healed him? Shion said, scared that they'll have to fight Moro again. No, the god only rewinded time on him, restoring him back to health, Naruto said. I grant you, Moro, the power of the gods, of the god of time, the god said as he disappeared. As Moro then awakened, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, I'm sure even you never dreamed of this, Moro said. Geo Graze, Naruto said, sending several mini suns at Moro, but they were all frozen. If time stops, it has no effect. I can freeze time on your attacks, making them useless. I'm invincible now, Moro said. Moro then sent black dragons at Misha and Shion, but Naruto created a barrier, but the barriers broke and destroyed the dragon. The god enhanced his power that much, Shion said, as Moro charged towards her, aiming to kill her, but Naruto got in the way as he was stabbed in the chest. I knew protecting these two would be your ultimate downfall. Now be swallowed up in eternal time, Moro said as Anizi's body shattered, leaving only his blood on Moro's claws. Ha ha ha, stupid demon, guess I'm the Demon King now. You two shall now obey me, Moro said. Suddenly, Moro felt a hand on his shoulder. He looked behind to see Naruto holding him on his shoulder. Did you really think killing me will be enough to make me die, Naruto said. Moro then disappeared and reappeared. Fine, clock, cease your ticking. Stop everything in this world for the rest of time. By my command, all are frozen for the rest of time, Moro said as everyone was frozen. Suddenly footsteps were heard. What is this, Moro said. Come on, Moro, did you really think stopping time will be an obstacle for me, Naruto said. What is this power you possess that even defies the will of the divine? I refuse to lose to you, Moro said, as he goes to stab Naruto, but a magical barrier appears, stopping him. The flow of time can't be changed. That is the law of the world, fate determined by the gods, Moro said. Shion, I promise that I will help her, and you will not get in my way. Not the gods, and certainly not no low-class demon, Naruto said. All she wants is a miracle to happen, and to help her people, and to save them from their fate, Naruto said. No one will believe you, there will be no miracles, and when you die, I will become Demon King, Moro said. What do you think a Demon King is? A power? A title? Authority? Naruto said. All of the above. Wrong. None of the above. Knowing that I'm king is all I need. Shion, I will definitely help you. All you need to do is stand behind me and believe in me, and I'll destroy everything that gets in your way. Anizi-kun, I believe in you. Please save my people, Shion said, as both Shion and Misha broke out of being frozen in time. As time started to revive, all of Moro's corruption was removed from the people. I don't believe this. My 1,000 years of planning ruined by some fake demon king, Moro said. Rejoice, Moro. Now I'll take you on and show you a fraction of my strength, Naruto said. Tells again, Naruto said as a castle appeared. This is my castle, Moro. I'm going to show you what it means to face a demon king in his own castle, Naruto said as a magic sword came out of the ground, and Naruto then held up his sword as it let out energy away, erasing all of time from the area. Now you have nothing to control. There is no time over here. Time doesn't exist over here, Moro, Naruto said. Impossible. How does a sword have the power to do that, Moro said, backing up in fear. Anybody who has seen this sword has been wiped out, source and all, Naruto said. The magic sword, Venus Dona, the sword that annihilates all, Naruto said. No laws applies to it, nothing, Naruto said. Naruto then does a slash as several slashes appear on Moro's, and then he explodes into blood, and then he gets erased from existence. Curse you, Moro said in his final words, as Naruto, Shion and Misha were back in the demon country. All who were killed and all who were corrupted were uncorrupted and alive. Shion then jumped to Naruto and hugged him. Naruto and Shion and Misha
We're in the castle of the demon country, where Naruto had explained his plan. So that's the plan? Shion asked Naruto as Naruto nodded. You've seen it yourself. What the humans of this world are. They're corrupted. In fact, their corruption is the only reason that Moro exists. They only use their power for murder. I plan on taking this world for our kind, my queen. You've seen and suffered at the corruption of these humans yourself when they call you a freak, even though you saved their lives. Naruto says as Shion sighed. Naruto was right. You're right, Anus-kun. Naruto-kun. This is so confusing. So I presume you would want me to meet you there when it's time for us to invade this world, Shion says as Naruto nodded. Well, that's the plan, Naruto says. Correct, now I must leave, Naruto says as Shion pouted but nodded. She knew that she would get her time with Naruto soon. A few days passed as Naruto decided to walk home slowly, taking out some bandits and stuff like that, or some shinobis for fun. Suddenly, Naruto avoided some kunais coming at him. Suddenly he saw figures in black cloaks with the red cloud on them gathering around him. Naruto Uzumaki, for peace, you must hand over the Nine Tails, Pain says, as Naruto laughed. What claim do you have to the Nine Tails? Kurama is mine, I will not give him to you. Now leave or die, Naruto says, making Pain get mad. We will do this the hard way or the easy way. Either you surrender the Nine Tails to me, or I will take it from you, Pain yells, as Naruto says, bring it on. We'll do this the hard way then, Pain says as Kisame appeared in front of Naruto, which was kind of slow to Naruto, but Naruto didn't move as he caught the sword. Ha 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 ha, fool, you're as good as dead. My sword shall absorb all of your chakra, and then you'll be too weak, leaving the QB right for taking. I can't believe that you took down Moro. I'm making a mistake in fighting me. Are you sure that you're a threat? I bet you Zetsu was just smoking something. Kisame says, are you still speaking? The sword is broken, by the way, Naruto says as Kisame looked at his sword to see it broken, as it had just been overloaded with Naruto's energy. How did you break it? How dare you? That was a legendary sword, Kisame says as he lets out a cry of pain when Naruto's fist went through his chest, killing him. Naruto then had enough as Itachi rushed at him and yells Amaterasu. Naruto blinks, sending it at the zombies' brothers, killing them. Attacking your own friends? Well, I shouldn't be surprised after you killed your own family, Itachi, bad boy, Naruto says as he clicks his finger, killing Itachi. Did he just kill Itachi with a single click? Yells Sasori as Deidara jumped from behind Sasori and yelled, it is an explosion, as several explosions were seen bombarding Naruto. After a while they saw no movements. Ha 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 ha, it seems I won and I got the kill, Deidara says, as then he heard a laugh. Did you really think such a pathetic attack could even graze me? Naruto says, as several red energy balls formed, destroying Sasori and Deidara. How did you like my Geo Grace? Naruto says. And then there was 3. Naruto says, looking at Pain, Obito and Konan. How dare you oppose me? I'm God, Pain yelled. Oh no, I'm so scared. It's not like I've killed the ones from my world, Naruto says sarcastically before Konan got mad. She made several paper blades and sent them at Naruto, who blinked. Suddenly all of the 6 paths of Pain were stabbed to death. Nagato, I'm sorry, Konan yelled, before Naruto appeared in front of her. I know you're watching this, Nagato, so enjoy as I choke her life out, Naruto says as he squeezed the life out of Konan. Pain screamed out in rage. Naruto then felt an aura of hate and rage aimed at him. My Akatsuki, my plans, you've ruined it all. You keep me from my Rin. How dare you, bastard, I'll destroy you. I should have killed you that night, he yelled, as the masked man appeared in front of Naruto, trying to punch him but Naruto avoided. Naruto then tried to punch Obito but missed. Naruto's eyes then saw what Obito did. I see, so your dojutsu allows you to hide part of your body in a different dimension, while making it seem that you're still here. No problem, I have a way to deal with that, Naruto says. Obito hearing this, cast a wood star, but Naruto blinks, destroying the wood. There was a gate, Naruto says, as a castle formed. Oh, a castle? And how is that going to help you? Enemy to peace, Obito mocks. A sword then appears. I'm going to show you what it means to take on the Demon King in his own castle. Come forth, Venusdona, Naruto says. A sword? You still won't be able to hit me with it, Obito says, mockingly, as Naruto slashes the air. Suddenly, Obito felt cuts all over his body, How? Obito screamed out in pain. My sword doesn't follow logic or reason. I could cut grass and still kill you. Now die, Naruto yells as he stabbed Obito, killing him. And with that, the monsters hunting the poor Jinchurikis are dead, Naruto says, as the castle and Venice Donna deforms, going back to the demon world. Naruto is then seen entering the village. The skulls and hatred was heard as Naruto went straight to his bastard of a father's office. Hello Naruto, I see you somehow made it out alive, Minato says as Hiruzen coughs. I'm sorry. Congratulations on completing your mission, Naruto. Here's your S rank pay. Your money has been deposited, Minato says forcefully as Naruto nodded. I will leave now, Naruto says as Hiruzen nodded. Minato was mad that Hiruzen was commanding his shinobi even though his time was over. Naruto then teleported to Voaldigoad, where he was hugged by Sasha. Misha was also there. How are the forces? Are they ready for the war? Naruto asked as Sasha smiled. Good, with the information you provided us, it should be easy. These people are so weak, replied Sasha. Well then, I guess it's time for me to get back to the hellhole. My magic field has detected some ninjas walking towards my house, Naruto says, as he teleported to the Elemental Nation home of his. On cue, a knock was heard. Naruto went and opened it and saw Hiruzen. Ah, Hiruzen, come on in, Naruto says. Ah, Naruto, don't worry. I've come to give you this. It's your application for the tuning exams, he says, as Naruto smirked. He heard rumors of all 5 great nations participating in these tuning exams on his journeys when he was killing some shinobis after the mission. Naruto read it and signed it, giving it back. For the next few days, Naruto went out on some CBA rank missions, doing some, missions, as he completed them with ease. Naruto then came to Hiruzen. Ah, so you gotten your paper signed? Well then, I heard you're gonna be solo, so be careful. Minato is mad at you for surviving that mission. Anyways, report to the academy tomorrow, Hiruzen says as Naruto nodded. Soon the end of the elemental nations is near, Naruto says to himself as he proceeds to go home and sleep. The next day, Naruto walked into the academy. He walked straight past the Genjutsu area as he wasn't affected by Genjutsu. It's the reason why he also Tsunade as who she was, an ugly old deformed figure. He also saw some woman getting manhandled by some tuning. That was tented. He could care less about some leaf scum. Naruto then entered his old class to see his old classmates as well as people from other villages. He sighed. How did weaklings such as Hinata, Sakura, Ino and Kiba get in? It's like their senses were trying to kill them. Look who it is, it's the demon, Memma says as Naruto looked at him like, yeah, it's me. Naruto then looked at him and said, do I know you? Naruto asked, making Memma get mad. He saw the other genin from other villages start to laugh. Memma was about to shout something when Kabuto comes behind him and tells him to be quiet. He then told him about the cards. Sasuke perks up with this information. Naruto Uzumaki, give me all the information you have on him, Sasuke asked. Naruto Voldigoad, the killer of Itachi Uchiha. Sasuke had the killing intent directed towards Naruto. You stole my revenge, Sasuke says, as Naruto says shut up and just walked away. Anyways, where was I? Naruto Voaldigoad, the demon king of tyranny. He had completed 500 D ranks, 60 C ranks, 80 B ranks, 100 A ranks, and was this an S rank? Mission to kill the demon Moro. He's also killed many shinobis like Obito Uchiha, Itachi Uchiha, Pain, also known as Nagato, Uzumaki, and the rest of the Akatsuki. He's never taken any damage from the mission, and he's way better than Gaara of the Sun. His bounty is $500 billion, or Ryu, Kabuto says, making everybody's eyes go wide-eyed at the money. We could become rich, was heard by some people. He is also ranked as an SS class in the bingo books, higher than your father and even your dead mother and the Sanins put together. He is just under the ranks of the legends known as Madara and Hashirama, Kabuto says. That's a lie. Memma yelled out as Hinata comforted him. Damn you, demon. Why are you trying to one-up my Memma? I was not like you, Hinata yelled. You think I like you? You, an ugly freak, never implies such a thing. You're a weak disgrace. Your family wants to marry you off for political connections. They don't care about your weak ass, Naruto says. How dare you mock Hinata-chan, demon, especially about family, when dad don't even care for you, Memma yelled. I'm sorry, I'm an orphan, I have no family, my mother died in the Kyuubi attack, Naruto responded. He honestly missed Isabella, his mother, and Gusta, his dad, from his past life. Keeper was about to get involved, but then the door slammed open as the rest of the rookies also stopped. "Enough," yelled the proctor. "Any fights will result in disqualification. And the Hokage can't stop that," Ibiki says. "That was quite the drama, wasn't it, kitten? It seems like Chroma host is as strong as you. You better be careful," Mitabi told the Jinchuriki. "Yes, I will be," Yugato says. As Yugato in her head was thinking, "Strong as me? He's stronger, he's done all those missions. Remember namikaze, Mita Uzumaki, I'll kill you for your father's sins," a black-haired girl says, looking at her targets before turning towards Naruto. "So you were the one I was told not to fight and not to take revenge on. Normally, I'd think why, but knowing your shinobi record, I can see why," Kurosachi says as her rock band shined. The written test was easy. Naruto finished it within seconds and did not fall for the 10th question. He now saw a woman crashing through the window with a sign saying her name and some weird ass stuff on it. She then told them that the second test, which was to retrieve the scroll and to bring it to the tower. Naruto smirked. "Begin," Uncle yelled, as Naruto with great speed appeared in front of Menma, Mito, and Sasuke, who was holding the exact scroll that he needed. Naruto then uppercutted Menma, knocking him out. Naruto then grabbed the scroll. "How dare you, demon! How dare you hurt Menma?" Need sound, Mito yelled as her eyes turned red. Naruto smirked. The more she used her chakra, the less her lifespan she had. Mito rushed at Naruto, who blinked, sending her flying backwards. He blinked again as kunais that were sent to him by Sasuke were inside of Sasuke's arms, sticking him towards the tree. "Sasuke, how dare you!" Mito yelled as two tails formed. Naruto smirked. He then blew some air, sending her flying back. She tried to stand up and barely managed to, before Naruto was in front of her and uppercut her face, knocking her out. Naruto then teleported to the tower. Unknown to him, a laugh was heard. "I must thank you for these right gifts, Naruto-kun," a snake-like man says, before he bit all of the team, Menma, Sasuke and Mito. "Next, these will make perfect bodies for me," Orochimaru says. Naruto then arrives at the tower, opening up the scroll as the third Hokage appeared. "Naruto, is that you? How did you? It's only been a minute," Hiruzen asked. "I beat my siblings' team and took the scroll," Naruto says with a smirk as Hiruzen shook his head with a smile. It was bad for Naruto to have such hatred, but in his defense, Naruto's hatred was warranted. His family were dickheads. Naruto walked in and the leaf shinobi were glaring at him. "How did you arrive so early?" Minato demanded. "What, mad I'm better than you, that I surpassed your record?" "Well, it's simple. I beat your children and took this scroll," Naruto says. Minato was about to hit Naruto, but then Hiruzen caught his hand. "Minato, hitting a child is an offense," Hiruzen says as Naruto smirked at Minato and his side bitch is drier and snarly. "He hurt Menma," Mito yelled. Minato, "in a sanctioned test where they have signed an agreements that the deaths aren't their opponent's fault, so shut the hell up, Minato, and get back to being your Kage," Hiruzen yelled, making them back off as Minato angrily stomped away. "Just wait, demon. My kids shall kill you and free Naruto and avenge Krishna," Minato yelled as Naruto laughed as he walked towards his room. A few days had passed and the final team made it. After speaking to their friends, they were glaring at Naruto, as Naruto was the one that stole their scrolls. This was Team Menma, Mito and Sasuke. Minato rushed at Naruto, rage. "How dare you, demon? How could you leave your siblings and the Uchiha heir for Orochimaru to take?" he yelled, as the third Hokage body flickered in front of Naruto. Naruto then looked at Minato. "It's simple. They were opposition, so I took care of them, Minato. Your favoritism is showing, and it doesn't look good in front of the other villagers," Naruto says, smirking. "Do you know what you have done? You could destroy the prophecy," Minato yelled as Naruto laughed. "There's no such thing as a prophecy. It's just some drunk-ass toad spewing bullshit. And yes, I beat them. I took the scrolls because I needed to pass the test. Now shut the fuck up," Naruto says. "After all, a weak man like yourself shouldn't even speak. Or you couldn't even save your wife," Naruto says as everybody gasped and nobody moved. Naruto just mocked Minato's inability to save Krishna. Minato's fist shook as he tried to throw some kunais at Naruto, but what Naruto knew was he was trying to get around Naruto as he prepared to eliminate Naruto. "Avenge Mum, Dad," Menma yelled. "How dare you talk about Krishna after everything you did, after you took away from me, you demon," he yelled as Naruto laughed. He blinked, sending the kunais flying away as Minato teleported himself into a brick wall as he was bleeding. Then Minato teleported into Tsunadi's breast as Tsunade, being embarrassed, punched him, sending him flying out of the window. Disgusting perfect, she yelled out before realizing it was Minato. The third then grabbed Minato and shook him awake. Keep your emotions in check, Minato, or else I'll remove you from the Kage position as mentally unstable, Hiruzen says as Minato looked around to see everybody saying how much of a bad leader he was apart from the Konoha shinobi. Minato glared. The preliminaries were about to start. It went to canon with Memma beating Dari and Mito beating Kurosachi. The only changes were that Kiba had to face Gaara and ended up having Akamaru killed because Akamaru replaced himself to save Kiba's legs. We now go to the final match. Naruto voldigoad. Boos were heard. Boo! It's a demon. Kill him. Rock Lee, kill him. Beast, Rock Lee. Yes, Rock Lee, get him. If you kill the demon, I'll give you a date, Mito yelled. Naruto scoffed at his sluttiness. Beat the bastard. Who thinks he's better than my Menmakun? Hinata yells. Demon, I shall slay you, and then I shall have the great Mito's hand in marriage, yelled Lee. As Mito's sweat dropped, she only said date, but if she managed to kill the demon, well, she wouldn't mind that. Lee then rushed at Naruto with unseeable speeds. Whoa, fast, Memma yelled. He wanted to be angry, but right now he was going to see his brother get pounded, so he didn't really care. A shockwave was felt as the ground broke beneath Naruto as Naruto caught the fist with a look of boredom. Is that all, Cock Lee? I thought you were going to be faster than that, Naruto yells out before kicking him, sending him flying into the Leaf spectators, hitting Hinata in the breast as Hinata started slapping him. Get off me, remember can touch that, she yelled. Lee then got up as he landed on Sasuke and Hinata, meaning he wasn't disqualified since he did touch the fool. He then dashed back into the ring before looking at Guy sensei, I need to take off my weights to defeat this demon, Lee says, asking for permission. As Guy nodded, do it, Lee, I believe in you, defeat this demon and show the power of taijutsu, yelled Guy. As Lee dropped his weights, craters were formed. He then appeared behind Naruto, shocking everybody including Minato at his speed. Whoa, fast, everyone said as Lee punched Naruto, only for Naruto to bring his hand to his back and catch it before swinging him across the ground and throwing him away to the middle of the ring. How is he so fast? Tsunade yelled. This isn't possible. The prophecy can't be Naruto. He's evil, yelled Jiraiya. Demon, you demon. Lee, you got to avenge Krishna, Minato yells as Guy took a breath and then sighed. Lee, do it, yelled Guy as Lee nodded. Now you'll pay. 6th gate open, yelled Lee as he charged at Naruto, pushing him a tiny bit backwards. You're strong, Lee, I'll give you that, but you're still weak compared to me, Naruto says as Lee's pride was broken. He charged at Naruto. Lee got mad. 7th gate open, he yelled as the pain got worse. Reverse lotus, Lee yelled, rushing at Naruto, who blinked, sending 7th gate Lee flying into the wall as he was knocked out, bleeding everywhere. As everyone was surprised, they didn't even see Naruto move. Winner, Naruto, the proctor says with hatred as the Lee started to boo. How did the demon get this strong? Menma yelled as Hinata was getting mad. That bastard was making her Menma angry and feel weak. Mito smacked Kiba on the head as her frustration got better of her as she started punching and beating him. As Kiba just took it as he was into S&M. Minato, we need to train the twins, Jiraiya says as Tsunade nodded. Yeah, he's too strong, Tsunade says. I agree. I will take a break to train them with you, Jiraiya and Tsunade. We'll be having them learn Sage Mode. They've been trying to learn that for years, but we'll make sure they complete it before the exams, Minato says as the pervert and the old ugly lady nodded. They then showed their opponents. Naruto's next opponent was Neji. After that, Naruto was dismissed. Naruto then disappeared and appeared in Gate. As soon as he arrived, he heard Ana's-kun and was glumped into a hug by his two wives. Hello, my loves. How's everything? Naruto asked. Everything is good, Ana's-kun, but when are you going to bring our harem sister, she says. Naruto chuckled at Sasha, wanting to evaluate and show Shion that she was still the main wife. Soon, my love, but first we have to focus on annihilating all the human of that world, he says. So how long can you stay, Ana's-kun? Misha asked. For as long as you want, Naruto says. Really? Misha says. In actuality, I could only stay for a month, but that's a few years in here, Naruto says as the girl squealed and hugged him. Yes, they yelled. How's my baby doing? A voice came. Mum, Naruto says as he rushed, hugging her. Isabella, voldigoad, hugged Naruto back. Anos, I want to kill that evil father of yours myself, Anos' mum says. Why, Mum? You shouldn't have to kill anybody. You're too good for that, Naruto says, not wanting his mother, the best of the family, to regret anything and get blood on her hands. It's because that monster disobeyed the laws of being a family, which is always protect your children. I hate him, she says. Mum, don't you worry, I'll take care of it. I don't want you to bloody your hands with such a disgusting, disgraceful piece of shit. And if any of my servants are making you do this, I'll destroy them, Naruto says, his eyes flaring with red. No, it wasn't them. I was just thinking about revenge for you, she says. Mum, don't worry about it. I'm not angry at you and never will be. And don't worry, I'll take care of those monsters, Naruto says as she nodded. A month has now passed. Naruto was standing in the contestant area, away from everyone. Today was the fateful day. The leaders of the strongest nations have assembled to learn their place in this world. We now go to Minato's point of view, as he stared at a prison cell. So, you like my demon of his son? Don't worry, we'll use you to control him. That'll be good, won't it, Shion? To think that demon was so arrogant to not give you extra defense. But then again, he probably didn't realize that we sent that toad to spy on him. After all, that toad has a special ability of never being sensed by anyone or anything. You are strong though. You haven't told us what the plans of Naruto is and how he was able to beat Moro. But don't worry, we have managed to figure out his weakness, and that's you, the people said, laughing. Minato then teleports to the area with Dry and Snarly with him, as well as Menma and Mito. Menma and Mito went to the stands. As Minato walked up towards the Kage area, as everybody turned to look at him. The final rounds of the tuning exam starts now, he says. The proctor then came up to the stage. Can the first match contestants, Naruto, Voldigoad and Neji Hyuga, come down? Asked the proctor as Naruto teleported into a ring, making people boo at him. Die, demon! Get lost! You're gonna lose! The Hyuga prodigy will destroy you! They yelled. When Neji entered, everybody started to cheer. Kill the demon! Avenge Lady Krishna, the savior! Beat the demon, was what was heard. At the Kages, the right Kage was mad. Your village is truly pathetic, calling a Jinchuriki a demon, he says. Mind your tongue, right Kage, and watch as the demon be destroyed, Minato says. My Aniki and A then sent a look as if he was insane, and then they looked at Orochimaru, who was actually Rasa, and nodded and smirked. They too had plans. Back at the stage, the proctors had finished explaining the rules. Are both sides ready? He asked. Both nodded. Okay, then start. Neji dashes at Naruto as Naruto stands there. 64 palms, he yells as he completes the technique. Ha 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 ha, demon. You have lost. Proctor, call the match, Neji says as the crowd cheers. The Hyuga is the child of prophecy. He defeated the demon. Yes, he beat the demon. No, Neji-sama, don't spare him, kill him, yelled the Konoha citizens. But then suddenly, Neji let out a scream of pain as blood splattered everywhere out of his body, as he could be seen making weird movements. Something like sound waves were hitting him, but he couldn't see it, but he could feel it. Naruto walks up to him. Can you feel it? Naruto asked. What is that? How are you hurting me? Neji screamed out in pain. Naruto undid his jacket. To everybody's horror, they saw his heart was beating, making some sort of waves that were attacking Neji. Do you feel it now? I mean, my heartbeat, Naruto says as everybody was shocked. Obviously a demon would weaponize his heart, said Sakura, disgusted. What's this? We must kill the demon. He's making something as delicate and lovely as a heart a weapon, yelled the Konoha citizens. Menma was shaking in anger. His stupid demonic freak of a brother who killed his mum had such a technique. Mito was scared. Menma Nisan, the demon is so powerful. Do you think we could beat him? He could kill people with just his heartbeat, she says as Menma hugged her. We'll beat him. We are the child of prophecies. We are the heroes. Don't forget, we have trained more. We'll be like Mum. We'll save this world from him. We're stronger than that Hyuga clown, he says as she smiled at him. Yeah, you're right, we'll win, Mito says. Minato, what kind of jutsu is your son using? Mai asked, as Minato was shocked, mad and scared. Scared for his Menma and Mito. I have no idea, but it's probably some sort of demonic ability he has. Minato says, playing it off as the Kage just shook the head. Back at the stage, Naruto watched as Neji fell to the ground unable to battle. Neji Hyuga is unable to battle. The winner is Naruto Voldigoad, says the proctor as Naruto walks off, shocking everyone as he bumps into the Konoha citizens, dropping them on the way up to his seating area. As he watched in happiness and pleasure as the fair was showing, Naruto sat and watched a few matches until his name was called up. Can Naruto Voldigoad and Goro of the Sand please come for the fight? The proctor says as both came down. Minato smirked. Ambu, make a barrier, he said as Ambu made the barrier. Mother wants your blood, yells Goro as Naruto smirks. Yes, get his blood, kill him, yelled the Konoha citizens. Come at me, One Tails, he yells as Goro rushed at Naruto, sending his sand, but it turns to glass from the heat of Naruto's magical power. Is that all, Goro? I thought your mama wanted my blood, Naruto says, trying to edge on Goro, as Goro rushed headfirst at Naruto, only for Naruto to punch him in the head, making him go flying back as Goro felt something that horrified him. My blood! Mother, he made me bleed! Help me! Yelled Goro as he was encased in sand. This isn't good. The barrier won't hold it, my Turumi says. Perhaps you will learn respect when a Jinchuriki destroys your village, Rasa, Minato. Once your village is leveled, perhaps you'll learn to respect your Jinchurikis, says A, smirking. Rasa then gives them a message in some sort of hand signs to not have the enemies attack until the barrier is lifted and Goro is able to attack the points that will weaken the village before starting the invasion, as all of the other Kages agreed. Minato didn't see this because he was too busy taking pleasure from seeing the One Tails about to kill his demon son. The sand cocoon opened up to reveal the One Tails. I'm free! Oh look, a village for me to destroy, the One Tails says as he looks at Naruto. Oh look, they even set a sacrifice, the One Tails says as Naruto smirks. It's time to end this, Naruto says as he pretends to do some hand signs that Dry and Tsunade recognize. Minato, did you know he had the summoning? Dry says as Minato shook his head. Come forth, Naruto says as red smoke was seen, making everybody's eyes widen in horror and fear at what they saw. Is he mad? He released the Nine Tails! We're all gonna die! Yelled the citizens of Konohagakure, standing in front of them, and in front of a cowering Shukaku was the Nine Tails himself. In the Kage booth, everyone present was scared as they sensed a huge presence. Minato, what's this? Calm down, Oniki yelled. I think the idiots lost it, the Raikage says. Stop it, stop it. Can't you see mocking him that after his wife's sacrifice has been ruined? It's just mean, Tsunade yelled. He wasted Krishna-chan's sacrifice. I will kill him. I must kill him. I must avenge Krishna. I must get revenge for her sacrifice being wasted, Minato yelled, when suddenly something hit him, restraining him. Restraining seal, yelled their voice. Sensei, that was uncalled for, Dry and Tsunade screamed. It seems like Minato is mentally insane. I apologize, Lord Kage, but we will have him put into asylum after this. Until then, I'll take over as Hokage, says Hiruzen. How the bloody hell can your shinobi summon the damn Kyuubi? Asked my Turumi. I have no idea. You see, my successor and my students were very neglectful to Naruto. We have no idea and no information, Hiruzen says, making Dry and Tsunade glare at him for the dig. Mostly Dry because he was meant to be the person with all of the information, the spy network, the spy is supreme. Back at the stage, people were in fear as Naruto smirked. Well then, Kurama, finish him, but don't kill him, Naruto says as Kurama nods. Tell Beast Bomb, Kurama says, blowing up Shukaku and the barrier as several huge rocks were seen flying at the shinobi and civilian district in them. It killed some shinobis on the stands as well. Good work, Kurama. I might need you to put some leaf bastards in their place later on, Naruto says. Make sure to summon me. I want to kill that damn Minato and his close ones, my king, Kurama says, as Naruto then looks at him and nods, and then Kurama proves away. Naruto then walks away. Memma and Mito could be seen with fear in their faces. Brother, he had the Kyuubi, Mito yelled. It doesn't matter, we're the child posse, we'll beat him just like Mother did, Memma says, lying to himself until he believes it. Kamito Uzumaki, Memma Namikaze, and Naruto Voldigoad enter the stage for a battle royale, the proctor says with fear, when saying Naruto's name. Naruto teleported in as Memma and Mito came in. Beat him, Mito! Sama, come on Memma, Sama, beat him. The heroes of the deep will kill the demon. Do it just like Krishna defeated them. You are your mother's children, you must defeat them, yelled the leaf citizens. You hear that, demon? We will defeat you. I will destroy you and the QB. The Naruto's calling you the king is proof that you're a demon, shouted Menma. Yeah, I will help him kill you. The demon, yelled Mito as the leaf cheered on the heroes. Defeat them! Come on, heroes! Defeat the demon! Kill the Ninetales as well! Yelled the leaf shinobi. You are too weak to say that, Naruto says. As Menma and Mito got mad, their eyes became red as they rushed at Naruto. Naruto saw Menma coming as he kicked him into Mito. Mito recovered and used the chakra chains, making Naruto blink, and the chains were suddenly around her. What did you do to me? Mito yelled. I blinked, Naruto says. Suddenly Menma came with a sword in his hand as Naruto then picked up a stick. Round 2, Naruto yells. Ha 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 ha. He is beating him with the stick, yelled a cloud citizen who was watching this and had been pleasure watching the full Fukage sun be destroyed. I know, right? The fourth children is pathetic, yelled a rock shinobi, making Menma mad. How dare you mock me? Mito, let's do this, Menma says as he vanished back towards Mito and appeared in front of her. Yeah, let's. Summoning jutsu, they yelled as the twins summoned Gamabunta and Katsuyu. Shion, Menma says, making Naruto hear that. How do you know that name, Menma? Naruto says with a deadly tone. Oh, is the demon worried about his girlfriend? Mito says as Naruto's eyes narrowed at her. Well then, if you care about her, you will let us beat you and then kill you, and then I, a human elite, will breed her. It's better than to carry your demonic filth of her children, Menma says, as Naruto's rage started to flare. This reminded him of the time his teacher tried to kill his mother in his past life. Purple aura surrounded Naruto as everyone started to sweat and pant hard as they felt the blood loss. Civilians fell on the floor as their bodies literally killed themselves. The heart stopped working, the lungs stopped functioning. Just to get away from this aura, their bodies gave out. Minato and the Kagis fell to the ground as they panted hard. The weaker shinobi had also died. That's it! I'm gonna destroy you. I'm gonna destroy your whole race, Naruto yelled as red mist formed and the Ninetales was seen facing the summons and the whole village, the human race once again. Suddenly portals opened up as the Demon King army came out. To Naruto's side was Sasha and Misha holding a body, Shion, who was shirtless and had scars, blood all over her. Naruto looked at her and his anger rose. You have made an army of the Demon King of Tyranny, Anna's voaldigoad. Now I shall wipe out your pathetic race, Naruto yells. Naruto stood there with the army of demons behind him, and the remaining shinobis and the leaders all were terrified as they saw people with dark flying wings and scary auras above them. What is this? Menma asked. This is my army, the army of the Demon King. Now I shall wipe out humanity and take over the world. And it's all your fault, Menma. Mito, Minato, you shouldn't have touched those better than you. Like my Shion, Naruto yelled. You demon, I knew it. I should have had you killed, Minato yelled as the demon army general chuckled. You kill Lord Voldigoad? Do not jest, human. The Demon King can't be slain by human trash like you, said the commander of the Demon King army. Lei then landed beside Naruto. I was once the hero of the humans, the hero canon, but from what I've seen and heard from Anos, your world of humans don't deserve to live. You make Jinchurikis, and then you call them demons. You basically sacrifice your own kind. You were gifted chakra, but created a divide between yourselves, your own race, by creating these villages. You were gifted bloodlines, but you make people born second slaves, or you look down on people who don't have these bloodlines. And that is the reason why I stand with Anos' reincarnation today, so that your corruption is purged from this world, Lei says. You monsters, you won't ever touch us, Minato yelled in fear. You're the monsters, you will pay for what you did to my Anos-kun, my Naruto-kun, Sasha says. I'll make you suffer for what you did to Shion and Naruto, Misha says. You come here and diss us, the Kages of the 5 great nations, and declare war on us. Are you mad? Oniki says as he landed down. A war? No, this is a massacre. I'll wipe out every last human there is. None of you pathetic vermin will remain, yells Naruto. Rasengan, Naruto hears, before blinking and sending the figure flying away. When the dust clears, A bloody Dryer scene where his own arm exploded from the impact of the Rasengan. Attack, Naruto yells as the demon army rushed at the leaf shinobi. A suddenly scene were cloud, rock and mist armies. There's been a change of plans. Instead of defeating the leaf and destroying it, we need to help the leaf push back these demons and kill them. The full Kage yelled. The demons then start to attack all of the village's army. Naruto dodges a lightning enhanced fist from the Raikage and then kicks him into the wall. Sneak attacks like that won't work on me, Raikage. How about actually trying to fight, Naruto says. Damn you, A yells, before he blinks, sending a particle style back at Oniki. How? Oniki asks Naruto. A flash is seen, followed by a shockwave as Naruto catches Minato's hands as the buildings around him was destroyed. Minato, Tsunade yells as she tries to punch Naruto, only for Naruto to fling Minato's body at Tsunade as Tsunade's punch connects with Minato, breaking a bit of his arm. Minato is then seen screeching out in pain. Tsunade, what was that? Minato asks. I tried to save you, but then that bastard threw you into me, she says. It's okay, Minato says. We need to stop the demon, he says. Naruto then sees lava and steam coming at him. He looks to see it was Mai. He looks at the attack as his eyes pattern shines a deep and ominous red gaze of destruction, Naruto says as the attack was destroyed. What the hell? Mai yelled. My demon eyes of destruction allows me to destroy anything with just a gaze, Naruto says. How dare you make a mockery of the Kages? A yells as the Kages then rush at Naruto. The Mizukage makes steam as the Raikage goes in for a punch, which Naruto catches. Did you really think a dumb combo like that, a sneak attack, would work on me? Naruto asks. I wasn't aiming to hurt you, it was just a distraction, says A. As Minato comes with Oniki, as the Raikage quickly uses lightning to break out the hold, which Naruto allowed on purpose, as both Oniki and Minato were in front of Naruto. Particle style, Oniki yells, firing a point blank shot at Naruto, but Naruto blinks, and suddenly all of the Kages were bleeding with their legs ripped off. Minato, yelled Tsunade as she rushed and healed up the Kages. Meanwhile, the QB was battling its siblings in chakra mode with the Jinchurikis, as well as Katsuyu, Gamabunta, and Orochimaru's main summon Manda. Nisan, are you actually betraying father for that demon king? Yelled Yuki the Eight Tails as he tried to punch Kurama, who avoided the attack. My king revived me, so I'm no longer your father's son. I am free from Hashirama, Hagoromo, Madara Uchiha, the Ten Tails. I'm free from being captured. I'm now the demon Kurama. I'm no longer a Biju, but a powerful fox yokai. Now fear my wrath, Kurama says, as the red aura surrounded the tail beast. Fear this power that surpasses that of the Ten Tails, Kurama says, as the tail beast felt fear. Nisan, what's this power? Shukaku asked. This is the power granted to me by the demon king, Naruto Voldigoad, yelled Kurama, as Kurama charges at Shukaku, throwing him out of the village. He then avoided some blue flames from Matabi as he punched her, making her fall asleep from the impact that she hit the Hokage monument with. He dodged water from the Three Tails as he dodged several demon tail beast bombs and countered it with his own demon bomb, which was a new version of the tail beast bomb, as he took out the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 tails who put the chakra into a tail beast bomb. Naruto-sama, now, Kurama yelled as Naruto then teleported in front of the tail beast that was knocked out. Naruto then revives them, making them demon, making them hate the Sage of Six Paths. Naruto-sama, how can we be a service of you? The tail beast asked. Destroy all of the nations, destroy every single human alive, and come back. But leave this nation to me and my army, Naruto says, as he looks at Kurama and then says, you, Kurama, take care of the summons, Naruto says, as Kurama creates a demon bomb, destroying the summons. The toads, the slugs, and the snakes were all dead from the poisonous demonic energy that destroyed the chakra. With Dry and Tsunade and Orochimaru. No, did you feel that? Tsunade asked. Our summons, they've been killed. The contracts have been destroyed, Dry said. He will pay, Orochimaru says with mad rage. Keep working on the Edo Tensei, Orochimaru. We will need grandfather and that stupid Madara's help, as well as the other Kages, to win against this demonic filth, Tsunade says. My, have some patience. Of course I'm going to do this. He took away my snakes from me. Nobody takes anything away from me. I'm the great Lord Orochimaru, Orochimaru said. Naruto appeared in front of the Kages, as Minato once again flashes behind him. My summons! You killed my summons! I won't let you get away with this, you monster! Have you taken enough from me? First Kushina, then you defy your masters, and finally you kill my summons and have your demonic filth invade my country, my world. I won't have this, I'll destroy you. Windstar, Rasen Shuriken, Minato yells as he thrusts a Windstar Rasen Shuriken at Naruto, who stands there. Yes, Hokage, do it, Mai said as dust covered the area. He did it, she yelled. Stupid Hokage, taking the kill, Aniki says. Well, who cares? At least now we can take those demon females and breed them, Ace says pervertedly. Did you really think such a weak attack like that would even gaze me? Naruto says as the dust cleared to show a unharmed, uninjured, not even looked like he was touched Naruto, and the Kage's jaws were dropped. Impossible. How did you survive an S-rank assassination technique? Yelled Mai. Damn it, Aniki yelled in rage. Aiden appears behind Naruto, but his hand was caught. Naruto was about to punch A, but suddenly Wood hits Naruto and then surrounds him. The Kages turn to see. No way. It's Lord First, Minato yells. Surrender, demon. I will not let you destroy my legacy, my village, my people, Hashirama says. As then behind him comes another figure, making the nearby Leaf Shinobi gasp. Madara Uchiha, Minato says with his eyes narrowed as he looks at Jiraiya. What? We needed him, Minato. He was one of the strongest shinobis alive, Jiraiya says. It seems that the best Sanin has to save your pathetic village, Minato. Perhaps, in return for my generosity, you could offer me Sasuke, Orochimaru says, making Minato scoff as if he would offer the last Uchiha that would be breeding his daughter to have the new Uchiha bloodline in the Namikaze bloodline mixed to some dirty pedophile brat. Do your job, Orochimaru. If you fought me, I'll destroy you. You can't even use that against me because I'll just be able to take you out within a second before you can use it, Minato says. You're so lucky that we have a common enemy right now, Orochimaru says. Oh, since you want to revive the dead, I think it's only fair that I do the same, Naruto says. As he held Krishna's body, suddenly a magic circle appeared around it. Krishna-chan, Mom, yelled the Namikaze family. A magic portal then forms around her as 9 tails spout out of her as the crown was seen. Now watch as the demon queen Krishna is revived, Naruto says, as the demon queen Krishna kneels before Naruto. My king, how may I be of service of you? She asked. Krishna? Krishna ignored him. Krishna-chan, it's me, Minato. Krishna just ignored him. My only husband is Kurama-kun, she says. I want you to fight your ex-husband and those ex-brats of yours, Naruto says. As you wish. Well then, Minato, I guess it's time I punish you for what you did to my son, Krishna says as she charges at her. Use the 9 tails to grab Menma while slamming him into Mito. She then jumps back to avoid the flying Raijin kunai and shoots blue flames at it, at the figure, blowing up Minato's arms. Dad! Mito and Menma yelled, running to him. Krishna-kan, you gotta stop this. We could be together. I don't care if you're a demon, he says. How come you didn't care about our son, Minato? Why did you abandon him? Why did you let him be abused? Don't you know that I was in Jinchuriki too? She asked. Minato's fist shook with rage. Naruto took everything away from him, and now he's taking away Krishna, and he gave her to the 9 tails, his mortal enemy. He wasn't you. It was all his fault. All of it was, Minato yelled. I'm disappointed in you. That's why I love my Kurama-kun, she says. Damn you, demon. You're not my Krishna. I'll destroy you, and I'll purge you. Cause if I can't have Krishna, then no one can, Minato yells, as he uses flying Raijin to get behind her. Now then, it's time to free my Krishna, he says as chains wrapped around him, sealing his and Menma's and Mito's chakra. Naruto was now standing in front of Hashirama and Madara, as well as the Kages Dry and Snardy. Crimson fire was seen coming towards them, separating Hashirama, Madara and Naruto from the others. Figures can be seen as the 7 demon emperors emerge out of the fire. We will be your opponents. Naruto-sama doesn't have to deal with trash like you, Ivis says. How dare you, Orochimaru says as he pulls out his sword from his mouth and goes to attack Ivis, but Ivis just stops him with a single finger, looking at his sword, destroying it before flicking Orochimaru, sending him flying backwards. Damn it, get up, Orochimaru, yelled Jiraiya as Snardy healed him to make sure that the first and Madara didn't dispel. The demon emperors charged towards the Kage as Jiraiya, Snardy and Orochimaru also charged towards them. Naruto was now standing in front of Madara and Hashirama. So, you two are the supposed strongest shinobi to exist. Well then, let's see how you fight the Demon King of Tyranny, Naruto says. I've been told that you are the one that killed the Akatsuki by my summoner. Is that correct? Asked Madara. They tried to capture me and extract Kurama from me, so I returned the favor and killed them, Naruto says as Madara got mad. The Rinnegan, the orange hair boy that had it, what happened to it? Asked Madara. That was dealt with, along with Zetsu and Obito, says Naruto. You dare ruin my plans? Susanoo, yelled Madara, as he banged down the Susanoo's sword on Naruto, only for Naruto to catch it and throw him away. Madara, Hashirama yells as Maki appeared over him. He entered sage mode, and a giant Buddha statue was seen coming towards Naruto, as Thousand Arms shot towards Naruto, only for Naruto to look at the statue and it to be destroyed. Pathetic, did you really think such a weak attack could beat me? Almighty push, Madara yells, as a wave hit Naruto, but it didn't even move him a single inch, not even a single centimeter. In fact, Naruto didn't even move at all. Is that all? Naruto asked mockingly. Why you? Don't mock me, yells Madara. Fine, I guess I'll just have to take out everyone with you, Madara says as Susanoo appeared. Tengai Sensei, Madara yelled as a meteor was seen falling towards the sky. Is that a meteor alright? Yelled Konoha Shinobi as the Cloud Shinobi heard this while they were getting butchered by the Demon King army. It is, yelled another Cloud Shinobi. That's Madara's jutsu. I was there. I was seeing how Madara summoned it as well, yelled Miss Shinobi. I could confirm, but that Demon King, he fought them and haven't even got a scratch on him. But we need to evacuate, the Sand Shinobi says as the Shinobi start to run. Ha 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 ha, the demons are so stupid. They aren't even running, yelled Sakura to Ino and Hinata. I knew the demon's army was stupid, Hinata yelled. Yeah, after that we could go and bang Sasuke-kun, said Ino. Naruto stared at the meteor unimpressed. So this is your ultimate jutsu. Naruto looks at the meteor as his eyes flashed red and it disintegrated. Impossible, yelled Hinata. The demon is so powerful, yelled Ino. We need to escape, yelled Sakura, when two girls were seen walking towards the Konoha 12. So you're the weaklings that bullied and abused our king, a blonde girl says, with similar eyes to Naruto, as she asked them. We did, whore. So what? Hinata yelled. Suddenly, all of the shinobis that escaped the village to get away from the meteorite were on the ground as Sasha released her aura and her bloodlust. Hinata-sama, yelled the Hyugos as they rushed to attack Sasha with the intent to kill. As Sasha just looked at the Hyuga shinobi, and they were blown up. Blood splashed all over Hinata as Sasha walked towards her. My clan, she yelled as she heard Sasha get closer and closer. You killed them, she said as more footsteps were heard, but louder, signaling that they were getting closer. You really think Naruto would forgive you if you hurt me? I was his first love. I can manipulate him to throw you, a whore like you, out. After all, he would want me, and then after I'll kill him, and a mere member shall rule this demon army and this whole world, Hinata says as Sasha looked at Misha. Suddenly Misha used creation magic to create orcs. Well then boys, have your fun, Misha says at the orcs as the orcs started to surround Hinata, Sakura and Ino and started to have some fun with them. As screams and beggings were heard from them, the Kunoichi started vomiting and shook in fear as they saw the treatment. They were scared that they would get the same treatment. Kill the shinobi and give the Kunoichi to the orcs, yelled Sasha. Yes, Lady Sasha, Demon Queen, said the Demon King army as they cheered and started killing off the male shinobi. Naruto was now looking at Madara and Hashirama as they stood there dumbstruck and in fear. Did you just destroy my ultimate jutsu, the Tengai Sensei, with just a glance? Madara asked with fear. You're both weak, Naruto says as he looks at them, and they were both destroyed, incinerated from existence. Krishna then comes with chains wrapped around Mito and Minato. So, did you enjoy your reunion with Mum? Naruto asked. You demon, let Krishna rest and die, yelled Minato. I guess you won't change. Krishna is now a yokai and set to be married to Kurama. She actually loves that as well. After all, who wouldn't want to be the queen of demons or the queen of demon foxes? Naruto says. Minato got mad before smirking and thinking of a plan. If you really are strong, then you wouldn't mind me using my trump card, Minato says as Naruto snorted. He knew that he would call upon the Death Reaper to help him. Krishna, let Minato go, but know this, Minato, if you fail, I'll make you suffer. My Biju, or ex-Biju, Kurama, and your ex-wife have been in a relationship for such a long time, says Naruto as Minato got mad. Death Reaper Seo, he yelled as the Shinigami appeared. What do you want? The Death Reaper asked. Seo Naruto Uzumaki away. I give my life to do that, Minato yells as the Shinigami rushes at Naruto and Naruto just looks at it, destroying it. What? How did you do that? Yelled Minato. My demonic eyes of destruction can destroy anything, Naruto says as he walks up to them. Now then, release Menma, yelled Naruto at Krishna. As Krishna did that, Menma then launched a Rasengan and felt his Rasengan connect with someone or something. He looked to see it was his girlfriend Hinata, with white stains all over her and blood leaking from her lower parts as she was naked. Hinata, no, yelled Menma as he held her. Avenge me, Menma, his girlfriends, they tortured me, they had their demons, they had them. I love you, she says as she died. Hinata, no, why did you take her away from me? Yelled Menma, crying as Naruto laughed. Minato and Mito stared in sadness and anger as Mito was really shocked at how cool her brother was. Menma calmed down as he remembered what Hinata said as his rage started to spike, as red aura formed around him. You monster! You and your girlfriends did that to her? You monsters truly are demons, yelled Menma as he rushed at Naruto with a Rasengan, a vermilion Rasengan, but Naruto just stared at him. You are already dead, he said as blood burst out of Menma and he disintegrated. Menma Nisan, yelled Mito. Menma, my son, yelled Minato. Naruto nodded at Krishna as she released both Menma and Mito. Both fathers combined their chakra natures, creating a combined Rasengan called the Supreme Rasengan and launched it at Naruto. When Naruto blinked, sending them both back as their own attack connected towards them, and they died. The 7 demon emperors stood at the bodies of the Kali and the Sanin. Naruto then walked up to the orcs and the Kunoichi. Get rid of the trash, Naruto says, as the demons started firing their magic at both the orcs and the Kunoichi, destroying them all. Naruto then heard the ground rumble as he saw the Bijus coming towards him. Have you completed your goal? Naruto asked. Yes, my king. The humans have been annihilated, Kurama said. As Naruto smiled, the world has been purged. Humans have been